Hi, thanks for joining me. It's time for another one of my mid-century modern house portrait builds. It's where I take your house and I make it look like it exists in the Powerpuff Girls world, or in a 1950s children's book. What you didn't see me do already is I took the photo of the house that I'm working from and I stretched and I warped it to give it kind of an exaggerated cartoony look. Now I'm just building shapes on top. Choosing the color scheme is always very interesting, especially if the house is built on neutrals, because this style is very colorful, and so I have to use my imagination, and I do end up changing the colors a lot throughout. Whenever I'm starting a new project with a client, I always ask them if there are any colors that they are repelled by, because unfortunately for me, there are a lot of people who hate pink, and I love pink, and it's such a staple in mid-century modern design, but these portraits are for you. I want you to love them, so I need to know up front if there's not going to be any pink. I've laid in my brickwork, a bit of shading, and now I gotta start on the background of the house. I get a lot of questions about what program I work in, so for the millionth time, I work in KidPix 91. No, I'm just kidding, I work in Photoshop. Another FAQ is, what brushes do I use? My most used brushes come from the Character Designer Toolkit by Francisco Beltran, sorry if I'm mispronouncing, available on Creative Market. These brushes are for Photoshop, but I believe they also have brush sets for Illustrator. At this point I decided a blue sky suited the house a little better than a yellow sky, and I start going in on the landscaping. Now for the plants, I always look to Mary Blair. Google Mary Blair if you don't know who she is. She is my biggest inspiration when I'm building these house portraits, and especially gives me lots of ideas for the surrounding plants and the sky, the clouds, etc. This is a home that a family grew up in, and in the garden there are 4 stepping stones with handprints from the 4 daughters. There they are. I love including the little personal details like that make a house a home. And of course, the pets in the window add another layer of familiarity. Very classic dog and cat peeking out the window together. All of these elements combine to build a very whimsical portrait of a home. This is the finished product. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Keep following for more vintage style graphic design and illustration.